everybody and welcome to Simulate Gaming and welcome back to BallinCraig Estate here on Farming Simulator 17. Big thank you to everyone that watched episode number 1. It seems to be pretty well received, so big thank you to you guys that did watch it and show your support for episode number 1. We are back once again and it's finally time to start doing actual dairy work, if you will. So we've got a couple of silage bales, as you may have saw in the last episode, that we began to feed to our cows, sorry. We do need to harvest our 2 crop fields to get some straw, but we've just done that on another map, Meadow Grove, so we're not going to bother doing that today. So instead, we're going to make a start on the mowing. So what we need to do is get our mower out. Luckily, it's not buried, it's just here. We just have to move the pallet forks, basically. We did change out the combine, as I said we would. It's basically the same one, but this is older. You can see it's all worn on the header and stuff, and the stickers are falling off. That's pretty much all we've changed since the last episode. So what we're going to do is, like I said, we're going to get the Fiat out first of all, move the... In fact, we might actually use the Fiat today. We only need the back hitch, so yeah, we will. We will use the Fiat. Okay, so let's jump into the Fiat. Once again, I don't think we can open the door from the outside. No. Okay. Let's jump in. Need to reset the head tracking real quick. Get it turned on. And away we go. Just quickly get implement mode turned on the side panel. Yes. I might actually take the front loader off, you know. We're going to be doing quite a lot of grass work, and obviously we're not going to be needing this for a while, so I think we're going to take the whole thing off. And luckily we need to pick up the front fork, so we don't need to get out for this. We can literally just drive up to it and clamp it on. Like that. Good stuff. Oh yeah, reverse is on the flopper paddle now, isn't it? Forgot about that. See, I think we're going to take the whole thing off. I think we're going to use those concrete slabs over there to do so. Seems like a pretty good opportunity. Actually, maybe not on top of that. It might be a little bit too high. Let's get that turned around a minute. Bit too low there. Cool. Does this thing have IC? Yes, it does. Right, so let's get this thing disconnected from the Fiat / New Holland. And away we go. Oh gosh, should have started turning that early. My bad. That would have caused some damage in real life. So anyway, how are you guys doing? Welcome back. Like I said, this is episode number 2 on BallinCraig Estate. So I recommend if you didn't, you can see episode number 1, which is pretty much just an introductional episode, which we didn't really leave the yard all that much. Right, let's get that hitched up. We need to get the PTO shaft onto there, so we're just going to get out and do it. I need to put what's it called? The jump onto my... Oh, there we go, there's the PTO. I need to get jump put onto my steering wheel, because I've not actually done that just yet. Right, let's move the camera around. There we go. We're going to get a fold up. We've only got a small pottinger mower. We only have a side one for now. Now, I do want to get one of the rear mowers that you can... I don't know the proper name from. It's like the other style of mower you get, where you can swipe it back and forward. Oh gosh, wrong gear. Nearly hit the combine. Right, cool. Let's go ahead and drive out of here. Now, as it is a beautiful sunny day here in BallinCraig, let's go ahead and get some air flowing through the cab. What's that? Well, is that a light? Oh, that's a light. Okay, we don't need that. And the sunroof. It's the most important thing. Although this tractor does have aircon. I had a few requests to open all the windows and stuff for some reason. There's all the aircon vents there. Look, we've got loads of them. 2, 4, 6, 8. 8 of the bad boys. Right, so we're going to be starting off down this field here today. This is the... Actually, no, we're not. I changed my mind. I wanted to do that field there, but we've got our bales in there. So what we're going to do is creep up the side of this arable field here. Hopefully we don't get stuck under this tree. Seems to be good. There's a field right at the end of here we're going to use. First of all, the gate is closed. Okay. Let's stop here. Get that open. I wish there was a way to do the IC from the steering wheel. Unfortunately, there's not. If any of you guys ever use Xbox controllers, does it work with Xbox controller? Or do you have to use the keyboard and mouse for IC? I've never used an Xbox controller, so I couldn't possibly tell you. If it's possible on controller, then I might be able to do it on my wheel. Cool, so here we are in our first field. Let's go ahead and get the mower lower down here. I'm not going to bother closing the gate because I don't think we're going to get that close to the hedge anyway. Right, let's get it turned on here. Wait for it to get to the proper RPMs. That's a loud mower. As you can see, we do have a PTO adapter thing, like an extension on the back of this mower. So I'm thinking we could probably get another one on the back, like a middle one. Another Eurocat maybe, who knows. I'll have to have a look into that. Right, let's get it lower down. And away we go. Let's zoom out a little bit. So once again, I know where you said this, but how you guys... Oh, this is a bigger field than I thought. This actually goes down. I thought it was just a square. Never mind then. So obviously the bit that we're driving on now is a bit of a waste, so we're going to be coming back at the end and doing that, like the bit we've just missed basically. We're going the opposite direction, following the swath that we're doing now basically, but the opposite direction. And that should get as much as we can. Now the windrow we have for this map is pretty big. In my opinion, a little bit too big for this style of map, but we do have a lot of grass fields to do. So I'm going to keep it for now. It's just the one that came with the map. Now, I did have a comment in the last video that says I was copying other people with this. I don't think that person understands that this is all apart from the tractors, this is all starting equipment. I didn't choose it. Everything you see on this map is what we start with, apart from the tractors, and I've changed out a couple of other things for brands. So, for example, the manure spreader, I've swapped out for, I think it's a Major. Stuff like that, basically. This tractor's handling this motor pretty well. 30 miles an hour is probably a little bit too fast, but we are doing it pretty well here. So I think in this episode we're going to we've got some hay, so I think we might ted this field. Or what do you call it? What would you guys call tedding near you? I've heard people call it turn the grass. What do you guys call it? I'm interested to know, because tedding just doesn't seem like, it doesn't sound right. I know it's what people do call it, especially in like Europe. That's what it translates to, but it doesn't feel right. What do you guys call it? Interesting to know. Let me know in the comment section. But yeah, for those of you that are wondering why we're doing BallinCraig, if it's mainly dairy, this is only a short series. We're going to see how long we can get out of it. Probably not all that much longer. We'll probably do it, but we're going to aim for like 10 episodes. But if you guys are really, really, really enjoying it, we'll keep it going, of course. Because I'd love the grass work, but I just don't know how long I can make videos out of it before you guys start getting bored. Maybe a live stream map. Of course, I've not done a live stream for a while. Cool, so we're on our second headland now. We're going to be probably doing... It's probably going to be our last one, because of course it's actually technically our third headland once we've done the extra bit at the end. So technically this is headland number 3. We just haven't actually done number 1 just yet. Let's start on this. So yeah, I've decided I think we're going to ted this field. Now we are using... This is an idiot mistake of me. We are going to be using round bales. We only have a round baler. Now I'm interested to see how the round bales are actually going to handle this map, because obviously it's quite hilly. Now also with the last video there was a little argument going on in the comment section saying this is Northern Ireland, and some people said no, this is north of Ireland. Can confirm after going back to the mod page, this is Northern Ireland. It says in the heart of Northern Ireland, so I myself even thought at first it was north of Ireland, but I didn't read it properly. Clearly I'm not the only person who didn't read it properly, so I went back and checked, and yeah, they were right, it is Northern Ireland. So technically not Ireland at all, it technically is the UK, but, you know, tomato tomato. Are we going to be able to make this? I think we're going to finish this headland off in first person, get a little bit of in-cab action here. What we need to do is try and keep our wheels in this swath. So we're quite a small mower, but of course I'm trying to stick to smaller equipment. I think it's a bit more realistic for the map, because I've never actually been on a farm, so I couldn't possibly tell you. Cool. So I did have the options of turning this into silage with a clamp or bales. I've decided to go with the bales, seeing as we start off with a shed load of bales anyway. I think it's going to be the right thing to do. Right, there we go. That is the last of our headlands done here. This more makes a funny noise. Definitely custom sounds on this thing. Right, now all I need to do is see which is going to be the best way. Now I might divide this up into 2 sections just to make it a bit easier when baling. So I think we're going to go along here, straight, and then vice versa. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Not sure if that's what you guys would do in real life, but I'm sure somewhere in the world someone does that. It's just to make it a bit easier when it comes to baling, basically. We don't have to follow any curves. Oh, there's some shaders loading in then. So yeah, once again, big thank you to the people that enjoyed episode number 1 of this. You guys rock. I didn't know how it was going to be received, seeing as it's quite an old map. In fact, this FS13, I believe, this map. But you guys seem to enjoy it. Of course, this is going to be one Irish map. Even though it's Northern Ireland, I'm going to call it Irish because I feel like Northern Ireland, sorry, do things a little bit different to the UK. Only a little bit. And there's some people saying, "What are you talking about? Simulate? It's all exactly the same." Like for example, they like these sort of tractors, the Fiats. Whereas I don't think I've ever actually seen one of these in real life, if I'm being honest. I've seen the New Holland version when it's blue, which is, I know, exactly the same thing, but blue, but I've not actually seen the Fiat version. Let's head down here. It's not very straight. We are going to be, of course, tedding this, and, oh yeah, what we're talking about, we could have just done this in one go. Because we're going to be tedding it and windrowing it anyway. I'm an idiot. I'm an absolute idiot. Never mind. We've started now. There we go. There's a little town down there that people, well, one person has to go look at. We will head down there at some point. We need to go and get some diesel anyway at some point. Because well, there is a little refuel place here. I'm going to try and do it realistically. With that being said, it's rare that you see tractors in a petrol station in the UK, so I think they get it delivered to the farm, but once again, you guys are going to have to tell me about that. I think it's red diesel they get delivered. And last time I mentioned red diesel, there was also some arguments in the comment section about what colour it is. I can't speak for the whole of the UK, but in Devon, where I'm from, near Plymouth, it tends to be red diesel, because the police are on the lookout for it, in case civvies using it on the road. Right, there we go. Yeah, this motor's pretty quick. Quite small, but we managed to do this at 30 miles an hour, so hopefully we'll crack on with this. So what I'm going to do real quick, in true Grassman tradition, is we are going to time-lapse a little bit of this. So sit back, enjoy, and I'll be back with you guys in just a second. Right, Currently, so we are pretty much done with this side now. Probably we'll have to do 2 more passes. What we might really get this in 1, but no, we have to go back and just get a little bit, so we're missing it. It's a little bit too long for our mower. So there we go. That's the first half of the field done. I wouldn't have put the whole thing into the time lapse because it's a bit long. There we go. That's pretty much done now. Let's get that lifted up. Oh, hang on. Drop that down again. I didn't realise we missed bits here as well. I thought it was just this end bit. So that's the first half of the field done. Now, a little bit messy, but once I realised that actually we need to TED this and windrow anyway, I went a little bit off course. The first couple of passes were nice and neat. There we go. That's now done. Now, what I do want to do real quick is crack on with that extra headland. And the reason for that is because I keep driving over the grass, and of course in real life you'd be squashing it and it would be a waste. So let's go ahead, make a start on that now. Cool. So here's a little interesting fact. my first ever video of Farm Sim on the channel, which was episode number 1 of Tasted on the Go, was Irish. So people always ask why I started doing Irish maps. Is it for views? That's what I've been asked before. And no, my first ever video before I even had any subscribers, any viewers, was Tasted on the Go, which is Irish. I just love the small style stuff. I like using small equipment on like tight yards and stuff. It's not my sort of farm basically, and you don't tend to get that with the British maps. Swing that around here. We might actually have to do 2 headlands, you know. We'll see what it looks like at the end. So yeah, that's a little interesting fact. Now, unfortunately, you cannot watch episode number 1. The reason for that is because I got a little bit messed over by, well, a little bit ripped off back in the early days of my channel. Now, I'll tell you what happened. For those of you that are interested, if not, then you're more than skip forward. So I purchased a license to use a song because I wanted to have a theme song for the channel. Now, if you've been subscribed for ages, I don't think there's much old subscribers left. I think they've all outgrown Farm Sim now, but I had a theme song which a lot of people used to like. I paid £60 to use that forever, and then the company that I bought it off got bought out by Universal Music, which is a huge record label, obviously. Let's go up here a minute. So yeah, they got bought out, and then all of a sudden my videos started getting flagged as copyright. Now the only thing I had to do was give them the reference number and stuff, but it was a long process, and then they wanted me to pay an additional fee to sign up with it. It wasn't worth it, because at the time I was a really small channel, so I ditched that. So episodes 1 to 4, I think it might have been, I've now been deleted for that. There we go, a little insight behind the scenes for Simulate there. Nowadays I probably would have just paid the extra bit, but I don't like getting ripped off, basically. So someone wanted me to pay twice for the same thing, which is to be £120 just to use a song on my YouTube videos, which didn't seem worth it to me. And we are now done. Look at that. Let's make a start on this final bit here. Right, Gertie, so we have now finished with this field here. Let's go ahead and turn the mower off. As she slows down there, we'll wait for her to slow down before we lift her up. Right, now we'll fold her up. Let's head back to the top of the field. So this took quite a while to do, actually. We've got quite a small mower, but we managed to do it. As you can see, it's a bit wonky. But I'm sticking to our equipment. I'm not going to get any big equipment just for lazy reasons. We've got this small mower. We're going to use the small mower. So let's head out of here, head back to the farm. We'll get the tether. Now, I did want a hay bob, but they were too small. Like, I'm all for small equipment, but 1.2 meters is a little bit too small. That'll take literally about 2 hours to do in real life. So we've gone ahead and just used the tether that we start off with, I believe. First of all, need to put this mower away. Right, we'll go through here. It's quite a big mower, but it does suit the tractor quite well. I don't think we need the additional front part, well, attached to the back of this thing. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Whether you think we should get an extension for our mower, just to cut down on working costs and stuff. Right, let's get this reversed here. What I want to do is get the rear working light on so we can see a little bit better in this dark shed. This doesn't have any lights inside, so I do need to move that spreader out the way. Sorry, not sprayer. Ooh. Right, just drop that down. Let's get the door open, and we'll get this and the PTO disconnected here, like so. I wish there was a realistic way to do that on Farm Sim. Right, let's quickly move this out of the way. Shouldn't take too long. Oh, wrong gear again. Simulate. Well done, sir. Probably just knocked into the mower a bit. Now, we don't need to get out for this one because we can literally just lift the hitch up this. We don't need the PTO today. Where's the button? There it is. We don't need the PTO on this thing because we're literally just moving it. So we're just going to lift it up with the 3-point. Why would it go into reverse when I put it into reverse? All the way to the ground. Cool. And finally, our tether's there ready to go. Just pick that up. And then we do need the PTO for this, obviously. Else it's not going to be able to do the spin. Right, reverse up to here. Nice and steady. So even the top bit of the 3-point to the linkage there. Right. Have we got enough room here to squeeze past? Yeah, just. Right, there we go. Got to lift it up. PTO on, and we are good to go, although we're stuck. There we go. Had to jump over a little bit. Get that door closed. Put her into forwards this time. Away we go. So I'm not going to do this whole field today, because this field's getting a bit long already, especially with the time-lapse and stuff done. Let's head for the farm. Straight to the top of the field again. And look, this is quite a small map. We only own a little bit of land, so I do plan on getting a couple more grass fields eventually. Right through the gate. Let's get on forward though. I believe this thing was 6 meters long, which isn't too long. As you can see, it's quite small. It's big, probably a little bit too big for a farm of this size, but of course dairy is our focus, so I think in real life I would get a bigger one just to cut down on working costs and stuff. Let's get her up and spinning though. Tedding doesn't really matter too much. I'm trying to work out whether we should do the headlands first or what. It doesn't matter. When it comes to windrowing, I like to do the headlands last, but tedding, we're just turning it basically, so I don't think it matters all that much. Cool. Oh, actually, I'm going to do this in third person because I'm not the best at gauging like distance or anything, or size width or anything. Awesome stuff. So I'm going to carry on getting this field turned, folded, tedded, whatever you want to call it, where you live. And I think in the next episode we're ready to windrow and bale this up. We're not going to be wrapping this once again. This is going to be obviously hay. It was already turned into hay now behind us. So thank you very, very much for joining me in this episode. If you did enjoy, once again, please tap that thumbs up button. It really does mean a lot. Stay tuned for more. I'm going to make a playlist about this series, so you guys can just click on the playlist link and stuff if you want to catch up. So thank you very much for joining me. Hit subscribe to see more for myself. Hit the bell button to be part of the notification squad / bell gang. My name's been Simulate, and I'll see you in the next one.